The Statue of Peace is a symbol of the victims of Japan's wartime sexual slavery, and the Japanese government demands the removal of statues. Let's delve deeper into what the countries tried to hide from the world. Meet Korea's national heroines who fought for the country's independence from Japanese colonial rule. Learn more about Korea's new welfare policy for veterans and patriots who sacrifice everything for their country to commemorate independence movement today. Trace Japanese colonialism in Incheon and the awareness it spreads. The Statue of Peace is a symbol of the victims of Japan's wartime sexual slavery. In time for Korea's Independence Movement Day on March 1st, more memorial statues are being erected across the nation. At the same time, however, Japan continues to demand they be removed. What are they trying to hide? The 1323rd edition of the Wednesday demonstration took place in Jongno-gu, Seoul, in front of the former embassy of Japan. Despite the cold, a large crowd gathered as usual to demand a sincere apology from the Japanese government for its brutal wartime atrocities. Amid the participants is a statue of peace. With the very first monument being erected in December 2011 to commemorate the 1000th Wednesday demonstration, it symbolizes the immeasurable pain and wounds the victims suffered.
And also how you feel about the statue. It's a very good symbol, it's very easily understood, and it's a good representation of what women actually went through.
너무 뭉클하고 안 좋은 일이 있었던 게 사실이니까 과거를 생각하면 일본이 믿기도 하면서 좀 반성하는 모습 보여줬으면 좋겠다고 생각합니다.
The week's demonstration concluded, but some remain on site to guard the tribute statue in protest. This group was formed by volunteers after Tokyo insisted on the removal of the statue, following the controversial 2015 sexual slavery agreement.
합의가 있었던 날로부터도 시간이 많이 지났고 저희가 농성을 해온 날도 점점 길어지고 있는데 그만큼 사람들에게 많이 알려지고 그걸 알게 된 사람들이 같이 분노하기 때문에 이어지고 또 계속할 수 있는 것 같아요.
Thanks to their wholehearted efforts and devotion, this statue was designated as the first public piece of public art in Jongno-gu last year, which means that it is now under legal protection.
공공의 자산으로 미래 세대들에게도 또 하나의 기억으로 또 하나의 유산으로 그렇게 물려줘야 될 그런 자산이 되었다라고 이해할 수 있어요. 그러니까 그것으로 인해서 이 소녀상은 이제 비로소 자기 자신의 자리를 찾았고 안전한 그런 어떤 삶을 우리와 함께 살게 되었다. 그런 의미를 부여할 수 있을 것 같아요.
The Statue of Peace has been a perennial source of contention between the two countries. During recent high-level talks, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe demanded the removal of the monuments across the street from its embassy in Seoul and consulate in Busan. What are the reasons behind Japan's alleged reaction?
일본 자체가 위안부 문제에 대해서 완벽하게 해결을 해줬다. 그렇게 말하고 있지만 그러니까 일본이 잘 못하고 있는 부분에 대한 항의 표시로 받아들이고 있기 때문에 상당한 그 위협적인 존재로 느끼고 있는 것입니다.
The Statue of Peace has been raising the Korean public's awareness of their painful past. As part of that movement, middle and high school students across the nation voluntarily raised funds to put up mini statues of peace for the restoration of the dignity and human rights of the victims.
해외에서 오는 관광객들도 꼭 소녀상에 오기도 하고요. 심지어는 유엔에서 인권 문제를 다루는 전문가들이 와도 그 일본 대사관 앞 평화부에 와서 소녀상 옆 빈 의자에 앉아서 손을 지그시 잡고 그 여성들의 역사를 기억하겠다. 인권이 반드시 회복될 수 있도록 하겠다라는 그런 어떤 활동들이 이 평화비를 소녀상을 중심으로 해서 확산되기 시작합니다.
However, the Japanese government and far right in Korea are insisting on the removal of all the statues, both at home and abroad, to prevent the sexual slavery issue from becoming a global one.
여성에 대한 그 범죄, 성범죄라는 것은 용납을 할 수가 없는 내용이기 때문에 일본이 그것을 절대 하지 않았다라고 주장하고 있고, 소녀상이 만들어지면 다시 국제 여론이 일본에게 굉장히 나쁘게 됩니다.
Currently, there are as many as 90 statues of peace installed in Korea. That number will only increase as the public is raising funds and calling for the renegotiation of the sexual slavery agreement after it was revealed that the previous administration comprised without public disclosure in order to avoid backlash.
소녀상은 침략 존재의 산증이다라고 저는 보고 있습니다.
우리 미래 세대들에게 너희들은 우리와 같은 세상에서 살지 말아라 라고 했던 평화의 메시지까지 담겨져 있는 삶 그 자체다, 그렇게 생각합니다.
The Statue of Peace has become a symbol of peace and human rights in Korea and beyond. The colonization ended years ago, yet the wounds fester. Only Japan's sincere atonement can restore the honor of the victims and stop production of the statues. Last year, one female independence activist sang the Korean independence anthem to the melody of Auld Lang Syne at a ceremony celebrating the 72nd anniversary of Korea's liberation. March 1st in Korea is a date that marks one of the first displays of public resistance against Japan's brutal colonization. Many protesters are remembered as national heroes, but there are also heroines. Let's meet the lesser-known female leaders who fought for Korea's independence. This is Seodaemun Prison History Hall in Seoul. Constructed in 1908, it's a museum and former prison where Japanese soldiers tortured and executed Korean independence activists during its colonial rule. Yeoksa, literally meaning women's jail in Korean, was built in 1918 to house female prisoners awaiting trial or on death row. Along with Yugan-sun, who led the March 1st movement in Cheonan, a total of 54 female activists were arrested from 34 locations across the nation. Among them were teachers, nurses, missionaries, entertainers, and students.
정말 많은 분들이 다 학생들이에요. 학생들이 그 당시에 이 만세 운동에 동참하고 또 많은 학생들이 직접 이곳에 체포돼서 와서 이곳에 투옥되고 이곳에서 고생을 했던 그 곳이에요.
Beside the male leaders marched an army of women whose trials and tribulations were every bit as compelling.
비록 여성의 몸일지라도 정신만큼은 살아있다라고 생각을 하고 감동인 것 같아요.
Lee Yoon-ok is a writer who devoted nearly 20 years of her life to studying female independence activists. She remembers the March 1st movement as an achievement of female independence fighters.
유관순하고 같이 서대문 형무소에서 그 활동하셨던 동풍신이라는 분이 계셔요. 그분도 서대문 형무소에서 돌아가셨어요. 근데 두 분이 똑같이 서대문 형무소에서 돌아가셨지만 한 분은 우리가 잘 기억하는 분이고 동풍신이라는 분은 기억하지 못하는. 그래서 이런 그 불균형되고 또 우리가 잊고 지내는 분들을 될 수 있으면 한 분이라도 더 그 세상에 내놔서.
Female activists handed out the Declaration of Independence, organized independence demonstrations, and even contributed funds. But only a small number of women leaders have been recognized for their independence activism. As of January 2018, a total of 14,830 have been honored as independence patriots, but female patriots account for less than 300.
60년대에 그 국가보훈처가 생기면서 맨 처음에 그 독립유공자들을 남성 위주로 추려나갔어요. 그러다 보니 여성들이 뒤처졌던 거죠. 그래서 뭐 지금이라도 우리가 이제 더 발굴하고 또 이미 서훈자로 되신 분들은 그 이름이라도 기억하는 작업을 게을리하지 말아야 될 것 같습니다.
It paved the way for women's social awakening and improved social status. What significance does the March 1st independence movement actually have to the activists? This is Veterans Welfare Town in Suwon, Gyeonggi-do Province, where female patriot Oh Hee-ok resides. 3 generations of her family were dedicated to Korea's independence movement. Her grandfather was an Independence Army general. Her father was a company commander of the National Independence Corps. Her mother looked after independence activists and delivered secret messages. And her sister and brother-in-law were part of the National Independence Army. Oh joined the movement at the age of 14. She says she was young but could still feel the grief of losing her country at the time.
중국 애들도 우리 놀려. 까울리 빵즈 고려 노예라고. 옛날엔 고구려라고 했지 또. 그다음에 짱구얼로 나라 없는 노예라고. 강국 항복한 국가 노예 짱구얼로 또 그렇게 우리 놀려줘. 그래 우리 언니하고 막 뛰어가서 막 때리려면 도망가고 그래서 옵션이었다고 우리 한국 사람한테.
Oh enlisted in the Korea Liberation Front Youth's Mission Corps in Liuzhou, China in April 1939.
희곡 뭐 같은 여러 가지 춤 뭐 다 중국 청년들하고 같이 해서 그 돈을 벌어 가지고선 우리 청년들도 공작비로 또 반 가지고 생활하면서 길에서 선전 마이크 종이 나팔과 같은 거 그걸로 해서 일본 놈들의 악행 지금 일본들이 남경급제가 와서 이제 유부녀들을 뭐 강간하고 막 찌르고 칼라주고 뭐 그런 악행을 다 길거리에서 말해.
This notebook has phrases written by the activists. It is her greatest treasure. Nearly 80 years have passed, but the female patriot still remembers singing with her fellow independence activists.
푸른 하늘 은하수 하얀 쪽배에
Her greatest dream is for the peaceful reunification of Korea and that the efforts of female independence fighters become etched in the hearts of the Korean public. There have been many brave women who have dedicated their lives to the independence of Korea. Their work made real change happen. Their legacy is being invoked once again for inspiration 90 years later on March 1st, 2018. "2019 marks the centennial anniversary of the March 1st independence movement, as well as the founding of Korea's provisional government. In commemoration of March 1st Independence Movement Day, let's delve deeper into the country's new welfare policy for independence fighters and their descendants. Kim Sung-sang is a 78-year-old with very special family heritage. He's a great-nephew of independence fighter Il-sung Kim Dong-sam, also known as the Tiger of Manchuria. Il-sung was a member of the New People's Association, a clandestine organization for fostering the independence and national strength of the Korean Empire, and also nurtured independence fighters for Korea in Manchuria, China. The Korean government honored his services with the Order of the Merit for National Foundation. Despite his great cause, the entire family had to endure numerous hardships in a foreign land, as he invested all his wealth in the movement and hardly had any time to take care of his family. After searching for any traces of Il-sung in Manchuria for years, the grandson decided to return to Korea with his siblings in the 1990s.
특별히 이 고향이 보고 싶더라고. 조상들의 백골이 묻힌 이 조국, 이 고향 땅에 나와서 조그만 힘이나마 조국에 이바지해야 되겠다 이런 거로 나왔는데.
Unfortunately, things weren't looking very bright for the Kim family in Korea. They suffered from poverty, the distress of impoverishment, and the frustration of being uneducated, especially after investing all their wealth in the independence movement.
이어 나와서는 뭐 기술도 없고 뭐 목수나 무슨 뭐 이런 기술이 있으면 건설 현장에 나가서라도 그래도 뭐 돈도 제대로 받고 기술 잘 했겠는데 아무것도 모르니까 이학감이고 덩치므로.
Sadly, it's been a common issue faced by most of the independence fighters and their families. Due to structural flaws in the welfare policy, financial support for independence fighters was available to only one main descendant until recently, resulting in the vast majority of descendants living in poverty. According to one survey, 1/3 of independence patriots and their descendants earn less than $1,000 per month. Government failure was part of the reason the veteran policy took effect in 1965, 20 years after the liberation of Korea. Korea's veteran policy has been changed since the election of President Moon Jae-in. He vowed in June last year to expand government support for national heroes, independence fighters, and their families during a speech on Memorial Day.
독립운동가와 그 후손들이 국가의 예우를 받기까지는 해방이 되고도 오랜 시간이 걸렸습니다. 애국이 보상받고, 정의가 보상받고, 원칙이 보상받고, 정직이 보상받는 나라를 다 함께 만들어 나갑시다.
As part of the effort, President Moon invited independence fighters to the Blue House and also personally visited some of them to pay his respects and show gratitude for their sacrifices. The president elevated the Patriots and Veterans Administration Agency to a ministerial part of the Korean government with the new name, the Ministry of Patriots and Veterans Affairs. In tune with that, the ministry revealed its new slogan, Warm Veterans Affairs, as a vow to provide sufficient and practical support for national heroes and their descendants.
따뜻한 보호의 핵심은 240만 부흥가족 한 분 한 분이 소외되지 않도록 보살펴드리는 데 있습니다. 따라서 그동안 혜택을 드리지 못했던 독립유공자 후손들에게는 희생과 공헌에 대한 합당한 대우에 보훈가족이 중심이 되어야 나라다운 나라를 세울 수 있는 기틀이 된다는 것입니다.
The first steps have already been made. Compensation for the surviving independence patriots has increased, and a new form of financial support has been established for the children and grandchildren of the patriots. Plus, the descendants who have returned to Korea now have priority on national housing. Another major difference is that all offspring of independence fighters are eligible for financial support, as opposed to the previous policy of only one main descendant. Along with the central government, local governments and public enterprises also did their part to support them. They provided public houses to independence fighters, veterans, and sacrificers for the democratization of Korea. It's a great help for the descendants who have long been struggling with poverty, health, and housing issues.
어르신 여기 거주하시는데 혹시 뭐 불편하시거나 그러신 건 없으세요?
집도 잘 지었고 집도 뜨시고 그래서 뭐 아무런 불편은 안 느끼고 있습니다. 잘 살고 있습니다.
This is only a first step. From education and medical services to housing, more support will be provided as the entire nation is permanently in debt to national heroes for their sacrifices. Their great cause should be honored and repaid with the utmost respect and decorum, and with their children and grandchildren being held in esteem. Incheon led the economic development of Korea by opening its port to the outside world and ushering in the country's modernization. Behind the glitz of the city, there's evidence of the unlawful exploitation of Koreans under Japanese rule. Let's trace Korea's tragic past through this port city. there's a large Chinatown located in Incheon with independent boutiques and restaurants. Either side of this single lane, the scenery changes from Chinese to Japanese. This street is called Port Opening Street, or Gaehang Nurigil, as it captures the history of the port from its opening.
차이나타운은 많이 와보셨을 테고 여기로 넘어오신 분은 별로 없을 텐데 여기는 1883년에 설정된 일본 조개지 지역입니다. 여기는 굉장히 중요한 이유가 뭐냐면 일본의 경제적인 침략이 시작된 그런 지역이라고 할 수 있겠습니다.
As soon as a settlement was established near the open port, the island country set up a hotel, bank, and shipping agent with the goal of invading Joseon. Chunggu Office is a particularly symbolic building, formerly the site of the Japanese consulate. Following the opening of the port, it served as the cradle of Japan's occupation of Incheon.
사실은 조개지가 설정된 게 83년이었는데 그 이전에 이미 비공식적으로 자기네들이 조선과의 협약을 무시한 채 일단 행정구청을 만들어서 이 일대 지역을 지배했고요.
Japan's first bank was effectively Korea's first modern financial institution. The former Japanese bank was turned into the Incheon Open Port Museum in 2010 to capture Korean history spanning from the opening of the port, the colonial period, and liberation to the modern era of today.
우리가 개항이 되면서 좋은 것들만 무역을 한 게 아니구나. 이런 안 좋은 조선인 우리나라 사람들이 이렇게 많은 수탈을 입었었구나, 피해를 입었었구나 하는 일들을 이제 여기서 볼 수 있기 때문에 그것만으로도 충분히 큰 의미가 있다고 생각을 합니다.
This is a traditional Japanese wooden building known as machiya. It is the only surviving Japanese-style structure in Incheon, and now a cafe.
여기는 이제 대화조라고 불렸던 이제 노동 인력 사무소 격이고요. 여기서는 많은 조선인 노동자들을 데려다가 항만 일들을 시켰습니다. 당시에 많은 착취 그리고 이제 임금 체불 뭐 이런 행동들이 있었기 때문에 말씀하신 대로 이곳은 조선인들의 피와 땀 그리고 고통과 눈물이 얼룩진 지역이라고 보시면 되고요.
What do visitors think of this place?
저는 그냥 카페고 이렇게 목조 건물이 좀 특이해서 괜찮다고 생각을 했는데 그런 사실을 알고 났을 때는 조금 안타깝고 마음도 조금 아프고 네, 좀 의미가 좀 다르게 다가온 것 같아요.
In acknowledgement of its historical significance, citizens joined to restore the site before it was finally designated as a cultural treasure in 2013.
부끄러운 역사 공간이라고 사람들이 얘기를 해요. 왜 이거를 하냐고. 그런데 저는 그런 생각이 들어요. 부끄러운 역사도 역사잖아요. 지운다고 지워지지 않더라고요. 오히려 이렇게 부끄러운 역사 공간을 잘 남겨서 후손들이 다시는 되풀이되지 않았으면 좋겠다라는 생각으로 이렇게 만들었고요.
Samleung is the Korean pronunciation of the Japanese company Mitsubishi in Chinese letters. This place used to be the site for the Mitsubishi factory producing military supplies for the Japanese ground forces in the 1940s and a residential quarter for Koreans drafted into forced labor. The houses were shabby and dense, but they were the only places the forced laborers could rest after a hard day's work. Apparently, a maximum of 8 people had to stay in a single room.
우리가 위안부 할머니들의 이야기는 굉장히 가슴 아파하면서 그것을 지우자라고 이야기하지 않잖아요. 같은 맥락으로 이해를 해주시면 될 것 같습니다. 분명히 이곳은 일제강점기에 그 군수공업단지가 세워져 있었던 거고요. 여기에서 많은 일을 했던 많은 젊은이들은 힘없는 조선의 청년들이었습니다. 이들은 학습권을 또 박탈당한 채로 이곳에서 강제 노동을 하였고요. 이들의 아픔 역시 우리가 깊이 이해하고 위로해야 하지 않을까라는 생각입니다.
A desolate hill near the Japanese Army arsenal hides some underground tunnels. To date, a total of 24 underground tunnels have been discovered near the military arsenal. Inside the 140-meter-long tunnel, we can see traces of underground excavation with gunpowder explosions.
어르신들하고 이 지역에 있는 마을 주민분들하고 이제 많이 만나 뵙고 같이 이야기를 듣고 관련된 자료 수집을 하면서 부평 토굴이 일제강점기 때 만들어진 것이다라고 좀 알게 되었고요. 폭격에 대비해서 어떠한 과정들을 이 산속 안에다가 만들어 놓고 진행하기 위해서 만들어진 것이라고 보고 있습니다.
The Pupyeong Cultural Institute is planning to open the site to the public as a reminder of their painful past. The Japanese occupation period was a time of tribulation for our nation, and its traces can still be seen in many places. Remembering history is crucial in heading toward the future. These sites cast new light on Korean history to remind people of the past and also the victims.